Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Voices of British Orthodoxy. Today we have one saint, which is consistent with the saint and with Celtic Saints website and the book, and then the group chat has an extra few saints. So our first saint of the day is Saint Fionchu, and he is from the 6th century. Saint Fionchu succeeded Saint Comgall, who we commemorate back on the 10th of May as abbot of Bangor Abbey, County Down in Ulster. Nothing further is known of his life. Did I mention today's the 20? I did mention that today is the 28th, right? 28th of November. Anyway, Saint Fionchu, successor of Saint Comgall at the monastery of Bangor in Ireland, brackets 6th century. So, the next entry for today and the rest of the entries will be book only. Virgin Martyr Jufwara of Cornwall, and then it says in brackets 648th century AD. Jufwara or Jotwara was a virgin and martyr from Dorset. According to a legend, she was an 8th century Saxon and sister of Saint Sidwell in England. According to tradition, she was a pious girl who was the victim of a jealous stepmother. She prayed and fasted often and frequently gave alms. Upon the death of her father, she began to suffer pain in her chest. Its source was ascribed to her sorrow and austerities. As a remedy, her stepmother recommended 2 soft cheeses to be applied to her breasts, telling her son, Bana, that Jufwara was pregnant. Bana felt her underclothes and found them moist. What? Thereupon he immediately struck off her head. A spring of water appeared at the spot. Jafara then miraculously picked up her head and carried it back to the church. According to the Breton tradition, Bana repented of his deed and became a monk, found in a monastery of Gerber. The next saint is Saint Oda of Brabant, the blind princess of Scotland, and then in brackets it says c.726 AD. Oda was born blind, and her father sent her on pilgrimage to Liege to visit the relics of Saint Lambert. Whilst praying at his grave, she was miraculously cured of her blindness. As recorded in the saint's 8th century Vitae, vowing to dedicate her life to God, she returned to Scotland. Her father wanted to arrange a marriage for her, but because of her vow, she and her maid fled across the North Sea. After a pilgrimage to Rome and Mont Saint Angelo sul Gargano, Oda prayed in various villages in the Netherlands and Belgium, and finally settled in Venray, only to be repeatedly disturbed by magpies. Seeking solitude, she fled from the magpies, and the birds led her to an open space in the forest. There the villagers built a hut for her. In order to protect her humble shelter from the wind, hail, rain, and snow, and to hide it from the view of the world, Oda planted some bushes. The following day they had already grown into a thick hedge. Her father sought for her, and as in the story of Saint Dymphna, her location was disclosed by her use of coins from her homeland. However, when he attempted to approach her hut, magpies repeatedly drove him off. Eventually he gave up and returned to Scotland without her. She remained there as a hermitess. May those saints intercede for us before the righteous judge. Oh wait, this one has a oh, okay. Wait, copy image. I've actually just found a wait, matter of fact, I could probably look up Saint Oda. Saint Oda of Brabant. Saint Oda of Brabant. She has an icon. Can I open this image in a new tab? Please, one of them not be too bad. Okay, that's perfect. It's from Reddit, but it'll do. Wait, can I actually open? Oh no, never mind. Okay, never mind. I found an icon of her. I realized there was one in the group chat. This is actually genuinely my bad, but yeah. Right. So yeah, this is Saint Oda of Brabant. This image is in particular from what's it called? Reddit, but it's still just as good. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do that. This icon is fine as it is. It's a lovely icon. paintbrush for the painting of the brush, and then magpies, who played a pretty important role in her story. Right, I think it's been long enough on the screen that I should be able to have a proper video dedicated, that it should come up as a thumbnail for the rest of you. It's obviously my bad that, yeah, that I didn't notice this sooner. Anyway, I've been Riddle Lazar, God bless you all, and amen.